trap house, my nigga, when you come out the trap house, you gonna have that negative shit on you. I promise you. You could go in the trap house today and smoke a blunt with your man and leave out, and 2 days later the police gonna pull you over. Cause you got that trap house energy on your shit. Right? And understand.
Let me ask you a question. You don't think it's just the energy you give out is the energy you're gonna give back? You don't think it's like that?
Nah, because sometimes that's just like in the universe, there's some forces that are stronger than you. That's just what it is. You get caught up in their magnetic field. And now you got it. Straight like that.
It's basically like hanging out with the wrong motherfuckers, right?
Just going in the wrong place.
That's even like having sex.
Because that place is emanating that energy.
That's even like you use the trap house example. That's even like sex. When you're having sex with different partners, you
attracting and giving and dumping
their energy.
Right.
And like what is the
picking up their energy.
I read about it a while ago and it really like messed my mind. I never thought about it. It's called something sexual ties or something like that.
Yeah. Where it talks about when you engage with somebody that your cells are open to each other, right? Yeah. And you pick up, like, all right, so the easiest way for me to explain it is, and like I explained it in the book, is Chernobyl. You know what Chernobyl is?
I heard of that before.
Okay, it's a fucking nuclear plant in Russia that shit went gaga, and for fucking 40 years the shit been burning. They can't get within about 3 miles of the shit. Right? They just now trying to figure out a way to keep that shit contained.
It's still burning.
It's still burning. What are you talking about?
I didn't know it was still burning.
Yeah, it's still burning.
I just thought it was a wasteland where they...
No, it's still burning. It's an isotope. When you understand, when they have like that plutonium shit, when you see it in the movies, huh?
It's called what again?
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl.
It's in Russia.
It's the biggest nuclear fallout
ever. Yeah. Right? That shit been burning for 30 years. Now, if you get within a mile of that shit, the radiation poisoning is going to attach itself to you because you are a magnetic being. You have magnetic pulses coming out of your certain parts of your body. So now that fucking radiation attaches itself to your aura. You go home, you fuck wifey, she got it. She go to work, she fucking drink coffee with Sally, Sally kiss her on the cheek, Sally got it. That's negative energy. Same shit. If I go in the trap house and smoke a blunt with my man, I might be a square. When I leave out of there, 2 days later, a nigga might be like, yo, what's up, dude? What you looking at? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm a square. Nigga like, yo, stop playing with me. Because I got that energy on him. And that nigga, he picked up on it, and he ready to go. So you have to necessarily cleanse yourself, understanding that these ions that are around you, you can change them. That's what makes you conscious. Conscious don't mean you smart. Conscious means that you are aware of your environment and you can manipulate your environment to your survival. That's all that consciousness is. The tree is conscious. When the tree be like, oh, there's a power line, let me go around them, motherfucker. Because the tree is conscious. He's aware of his fucking environment and his surroundings. So, all this fucking magic shit is the fact that motherfuckers understand how to draw energy and repel energy. That's it. But it's not on a scientific where you can measure it level. It's on a metaphysical level because it's a level that we know exists but we can't interact with, so to speak. Not in the bare sense. And so once you understand that, exactly. So you go over there, you get caught up in it. Right? One way or another. One way or another. You get caught in it.
So let me ask you. Most people say magic.
It's just a word. And what?
And then you get a lot of the detractors, they'll be like, oh, he dealing with voodoo. Or she dealing with voodoo.
Because who told you that was bad? You feel me?
Yeah.
Who told you that was bad? It's like when niggas repackage something. So like right now, them niggas been feeding us motherfucking kangaroo meat forever out of McDonald's, right? So now they're like, oh, vegan is the way. And so now these niggas coming up with all kinds of soy burgers and lickety jackety. It's the same motherfuckers giving up the same shit. They just repackaged it. Right? And that's the thing. Everybody be talking about branding.
This food in the United States is terrible.
My nigga, I just came back from Cuba. I promise you, no salt, no pepper, nothing on my food. The shit was delicious.
Pieces of chicken not even the same in different countries. Like they say, like a breast. The breast we get is like
my nigga, I kill chickens for a living, and I cut them up, and I do all of the shit. I know what a chicken look like, and what that shit that they. My nigga, you can't explain to me how the fuck KFC got the same size thigh 1,000,000 times, and you ain't never in your life known anybody or in your life experience finding a feather on the fucking KFC chicken. I promise you ain't never found one on there. Never. You find somebody that told you that, yo, I was eating the fucking KFC piece of chicken and the feather was in it. They are lying.
Yo, look,
the food we eat is garbage.
Look, back in the day, this is years ago. Shelly's mother was telling, she worked at Bell Lab. She said, yo, the scientists, they used to sit in the, because she used to work in the cafeteria. She said scientists said, yo, they got fucking 5 and 6 foot chickens in the laboratory.
Yeah.
5 and 6 foot chickens.
So what's your book about?
It's about spiritualism. It's about.
I remember you said before it's basically the beginner's book. The book.
Yeah, spiritualism.
They raising chicken farms.
A cup of tea. What's the name of the book?
Glass of water.
Glass of water and a tea bag,
And
right?
a candle.
And a candle.
Right. Glass of water and a candle is the concept that with a candle and a glass of water that you can call spiritual energy and interface with it. And what you do is you discipline it to make it communicate with you within these parameters that you set. So you have been commonly taught that you have 5 senses, right? You have the sense to see, smell, taste, hear, and touch. Feeling, right? But feeling is not a truth. It's an illusion. Because how you feel, I don't feel the same way. You get in the car, you want to turn the AC on. I'm like, my nigga.
So feeling is a personal thing.
That's you. That's a comfort thing, right? But to see, smell, taste, and hear, those things do not go out of. Okay, so within spiritualism, the altar is based off of you put in a glass of water, a candle, maybe some flowers or some incense, and you saying prayers, or you got a gong or a bell or something, right? All of those things address the 4 main elements: water, air, fire, earth, which address seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing. Now, you light the candles to see, for warmth, right? You have the water for dreams. Now, why did I say water is for dreams? Because even in your sleep, you swallow.
That's actual fact.
Right? So now, the flowers and the incense, that's your sense of earth. Your sense of smell. Your sense of smell has to deal with earth. Because you smell something whether it's ripe or it's rotten. Right? And then sound is based off the air. And so whether you hit a gong or a bell or you say prayers, you are honoring that element in that way. Now you're giving these 4 things to this altar so that you are explaining a tutorial to this consciousness of how they got to interact with you. I either got to see you, hear you, smell you, or taste you. You understand? And so within that realm, I'm going to educate this consciousness because I'm stuck in this realm of air, water, fire, earth. They're not. They transcend that. So they have to learn. So just like in the movie Ghost, when he had to learn how to knock the can over, this is a spirit that becomes conscious because the spirit only becomes effective when you remember it.
Okay.
Because nobody wants to die and not be known. Nobody wants to walk around this corner and get shot and just fall in the bushes and niggas don't find you. Nobody wants to die alone and forgotten. Nobody. Feel me? Because that is the abyss. Nobody even knows that you're gone.
So you're, by memorizing the spirit, you always keep it alive.
Absolutely. This is why your fucking streets are Washington and Jefferson, because them niggas gonna keep them niggas alive in your pocket.
So back to that question I asked you a while ago. Is voodoo the black man's religion?
Absolutely. That's what the fuck we was doing. See, understand the history of the world has been misinterpreted. I'm gonna give you a jewel. In Yoruba pantheon, we have a deity named Oba. And Oba is supposed to have come from another deity who was infirmed. And this deity is responsible and given credit for the cultivation of rice. And so the story is that because she was bent over, at night when the moon would touch the water, the moon would talk to her and it told her how to cultivate the rice. So now she's cultivating rice and this is the industry. Her daughter, who's not infirmed, sees people taking advantage of her because there's no way to equal out things. So if I tell you it's $2 for a hand of rice, right? Your hand is bigger than his hand. So so what she did was she went to the Orisha Ogun, the blacksmith, the technologist, and she petitioned him to make a scale. And so he made a scale for her mother, and then once measurement came into play, this is when writing and arithmetic came into play. Writing and arithmetic was not made to keep history, it was made to keep record of commerce. Because there is no interpretation of commerce. You owe me 5 oranges, that's what you owe me. It didn't feel like 2, you owe me 5. Right? Okay, now, the conversation about this whole thing about Moors is way out of fucking proportion. Because niggas don't really have a clear understanding of history and how it's been rewritten and why it's been rewritten. Originally, in all the lands, the major continents, there are the civilized and the uncivilized. And the civilized built walls to keep the uncivilized the fuck out.
And any civilization has always
and
done
the
that.
Mongolians, you got the motherfucking, what you think of Plains Indians, those are savages. They had nothing to do with what real Native Americans were doing. When real Native Americans were not nomadic, them niggas had log houses and shit like that, and wigwams. So they was staying where they was at. It's these traveling motherfuckers. Now, why are these niggas traveling? Because these are the people who have been kicked out of society because we don't got no time to put you in the jail and feed you. Well, get the fuck out of here. So what we're gonna do is kick you the fuck out. Now, when you get the fuck out there, you're gonna have no choice but to get with the other motherfuckers that got kicked out. So y'all form some type of marauding group. So every once in a while, y'all niggas get enough courage and figure out a way to break in here and take some shit from us. Well, the Africans said, well, you know what? Let's give these niggas a job. So they won't be coming here showing up every couple months and we gotta kill these niggas. So, at the same time, you have to understand that the people who originate the gene of what we call Europeans and white man, the devil and all that, originally are albinoids who were sent north because they could not function in the climate. When they went to these areas of what is now Western Asia, that they call Europe, there were some people who were not evolved yet. These are the Neanderthals. We know all of this to be true because the Norse people recorded it. This is why they talk about the Jotun, these big snow giant motherfuckers. They talk about Sasquatch and them niggas. These niggas is half human, right? But what happened was, so now these people who later on become known as the Moors are the people that we kicked out. So now when they start when we give them a job, and the job is for them to be like the Teamsters, to move goods from one place to the next. And while they're there, they get to sit down and eat civilized and learn some shit, and then they got to keep it moving. So understand that the kingdoms in Europe were governed by the kingdoms in Africa. This is why Scotland is called Scotland, because it's named after Scotia. Ireland is called Ireland because the word ire in Yoruba is the word for goodness. Right? So much so on the sidebar, you know when people say, "Oh baby, goo goo gaga," that's not gibberish. That's Yoruba, because the Yoruba word to suck the breast is moo moo gaga. You understand? Okay. So now, the albinoids have their kingdoms up there, and they're functioning. They're civilized. But the Ice Age came, and that shit separated them niggas from Africa. And so what happened was, because they were not versed in living in the snow, they had no other choice but to miscegenate with the Neanderthal in order to survive the winter. And this is when they went into the cave. Now, these people, these traveling salesmen motherfuckers, right? When we send them niggas up there to go penetrate the snow and get some goods to these niggas, when they get there, they realize that these niggas have regressed, right? Because only the women have survived. Because ain't no men gonna survive, because the motherfucking Neanderthal gonna kill you. Ooh, get you out of here, nigga. I'm the only nigga fucking these bitches, right? And so now you have a new fucking, race of people. This is why them big Russian motherfuckers, they tall and all that, right? So when Hannibal and them niggas get there, they're like, oh shit, these niggas are stupid. These niggas eat with their hands and shit. Because you understand that they are the people on the outskirts of society. So now they see some motherfuckers below them, they're like, oh, we're gonna make these niggas pay. And so what they do, they took the women out of there. This is where the harems came from. And they brought the women back to the motherfucking quote-unquote Middle East, and they started fucking them bitches. And this is where the Sephardic motherfuckers, the Jews and the Arabs, came from. And that's what this nigga York was trying to express, but didn't know how to articulate when they were talking about the grafting of a man. That happened in the Middle East. Right? So now, they don't have a homeland. They've been roaming around. Because you understand, if you've been roaming around, you ain't got no bitches. Bitches ain't sticking around to be moving from place to place.
Yeah.
So this is where all of the decadent behavior comes from, the fucking of the boys and all that shit. That's why the Arab niggas still do that shit today. That's why pirates do that shit, because ain't no women on the goddamn boat. So that's where that glory hole shit come from. Niggas be like, well, we're gonna draw straws, boys, and whoever motherfucker got the shortest straw, well, right?
You asked out literally.
Absolutely. So understand. Because
hey, yo, you just caught me off guard with that one.
So understand that literally, the history has been jaded. So now when these people, these traveling salesmen motherfuckers, when they start necessarily figuring out that they need a homeland, and then they get these women, is when they start conquering shit and they start rewriting history. So they start using, because all the other people in the world was like, no, you tell history, you don't write it.
I got a question, right? When you was just talking about basically them not having women and all that too. So you don't feel like people are born that way? You feel like that was something that came about?
Yeah, that's a situational thing. If you put two male dogs in the fucking kennels for too long, then one of them niggas is going to exact his power on the other and hump the other one, because sex is a power thing. So you can never, as a man, you can't get raped by a woman. She can't hit you in the head, take you in the bushes, and fuck you. Your dick ain't gonna get hard. You understand? So sex is a forceful thing. It's a penetrational thing. You understand? And so to exact power over a motherfucker, that's why when the niggas in prison, somebody, nigga, you sit down and piss in this motherfucker, because I'm not the girl, you the girl. And that's why you gonna talk like that, because I'm not fucking a man, I'm fucking a girl. Because that's the psychology of
so subconsciously they start looking at a man like he's a woman.
No, they make him into a woman.
So you don't feel like some people are born that way?
Nah. The only people that have that issue are those who are born hermaphroditical, and at some point they made some type of a surgery and made a choice for them. But I do not believe that people are born that way. That is a choice. It's a preference. I don't knock it. Do whatever the fuck you want to do.
What about kids that exemplify stuff like that at young ages?
That's because of first of all, that's because of a chemical imbalance that happens in the home. See, understand, that shit, again, we get into things that you're not aware of. Just as human beings, you emanate pheromones that say certain things of fear, all of that. Fear, attraction, all these different things. There's a smell of fear, like, yeah, this nigga is pussy, I got this nigga, right? The same thing when a chick see a nigga, she like, I'ma fuck him. Because there's a scent going on. Now, if that scent is crossed early on in life, depending on who you had to sleep with, what kind of a stench that they was giving off, and what kind of a person they want. That shit is sending codes to your brain and to your cells and to your preferences.
Pheromones, man. It's like animal
Absolutely.
shit. It's the same thing that goes on in the animal kingdom.
Sure.
Same thing, man.
So that they talk about in prison for women, the ones that be on some AG shit, they start to smell like men because their body starts to adapt because they start to produce testosterone.
Yeah.
Understand that did you know that if you are with a woman who has children and those are not your children, you start to produce estrogen? Because in order to do that, because these are not your kids, and so you don't have the natural ability to be nice to them. So it takes estrogen for you to be nice to them because they're not your kids. Because in the wild, if the lion come and he be like, this nigga not got my scent, he kill him.
Yeah.
He's a done deal.
Look, in the Lion Kingdom, bro, I tell it all the time from watching that Lion Kingdom shit. In the Lion Kingdom, bro, the motherfuckers gotta go.
Yeah, he not mine.
When the new motherfucker come in and he take over a pride, they not mine. They
now,
gotta
only
go.
way the
They
niggas
go, I'll
get
kill him.
the beta male will get his thing off when the alpha male is gone. That's how his seed lives on, and that's when there be a usurpation, because he always act a little funny to this little nigga because he don't smell right.
Yeah.
But the women ain't gonna let me kill him.
Yeah. And the woman is the only one that could get him back into it.
Yeah.
The woman could fuck with the male lion and ease him back into the pride. But shit, if they don't leave initially, they gonna kill a motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a fact. And so you understand that there's a chemical thing going on. This is how pedophilia happens. Because people don't address it. So you got a young girl, right? Let's say it's a family barbecue. You got a family member, he's not really socially active. He's not socially awkward. So he's off to the side. You have a young girl, 13, 14. Her body's starting to produce pheromones. Her hormones are kicking in. She's awkward because she don't fit with the women, but she don't fit with the kids either. She's gonna find herself around the socially awkward nigga because he's easy to deal with, because he's awkward. And so she don't have to live up to nothing. And so as a woman, she can play on him and seduce him. And she's giving him fucking tales like, I'm ready.
Same
You
as the
understand?
animal kingdom, bro.
And so what happens is, as a man, not a male, a man recognizes that and says, hey, baby girl, go in the kitchen with your mama. You don't get to stay out here with us with your shorts all up in your ass and hanging around me and the guys. You don't get to do that. That's called civilization. You understand? When that breaks down, and then you got a little girl that's 13 around a bunch of motherfucking men because her mom's is a fucking thot, and she drinking Hennessy, and these niggas is around, and when the moms is in the room getting banged out by one nigga, the other nigga like, fuck it, shorty can get it, and here you go. So now, he got a baby with a girl that's fucking 13, and he's fucking 21. You understand?
Yeah.
It's because there's a fucking hormonal thing happening. She told him, I'm ready.
And look, on the low, if you look at what goes on with mothers and children, baby father going, and then they into the next relationship, it's kind of the same thing what we just got finished talking about with the lion, yo.
Yeah.
Because honestly, moms really don't even want to be bothered with them kids no more, yo. They don't want to be bothered with the kids. They got a new relationship. They want to the new relationship. They don't want to be bothered with what they created first.
Exactly, but it's also a hormonal thing. Because when you're done with a chick, it's done. The chemistry is no good. You don't know how to touch her no more. You understand? And so you don't know how to engage with her. You don't know how to, because she done changed her code. The combination different now, right? She giving her a different scent. She's looking for a different scent. And that shit is real because my stepdaughter does that. Like when me and her moms would get into some shit, she would get into bed and she would crawl up under my arm and smell my armpits because she wanted to smell me to know what that's security, because I represent a certain security. You understand? So now me and her moms been separated. She like a little bit like, yo, bro, you still gonna come check me? And I'm like, yeah, I got you, right? Because I made that commitment to her. Now, if her mother make it impossible, I done planted the seed and they're like, look, when you get ready, you always come look for me. I'm always have something for you. You understand? But she's attracted to the scent because I'm the scent that been around since she's 3 years old. If a new nigga come in there, he walking around in his boxes and all that, she's gonna feel away. She's gonna act up. That's why if you ever fuck with a chick that she just broke up with the baby dad, the baby 2 years old, and you come over, that little nigga's not going to sleep. What you talking about? Who is that?
You can feel it.
Yeah. What you here
Old
to
boy
do?
up in the house.
You here to bring another nigga here to take my attention?
You ain't staying the night neither.
Nah, Slim. You gotta get out of here. He
That
can't
shit-
even articulate
that shit. For
that
real,
shit.
bro. That shit for real, man.
So this is what I'm talking about. So we don't address that because we've become so civilized that we don't address certain things and we don't want to address certain things. And so understand that shit happens. If that shit happens to a little boy, and the most important part is the timing of it. If it happens to a little boy or a little girl in a time when their sexuality is starting to peak, they become confused because it's like I like it, but it shouldn't have happened thing. Right? So you get some niggas that's touching on some girl that's 13, 14, she don't have the psychological frame to necessarily be able to handle this, right? And so he telling her like, yo, don't tell nobody, this is our little secret. And he doing that shit to her. She's still, her body is like, this shit feel good. Damn. I don't want to tell nobody because then I might not get that again. All right, I'm going to ride this out until she gets into some type of consciousness when she comes out into the world and gets more different perspectives. Then she's like, you know what? This nigga's a scumbag. Get the fuck out of here. I'm on to the next one. And I got a secret on you, punk.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question in reference to that. Do you think that that happened because of the mixture with Western society?
That happened because of the breakdown of family. It ain't got nothing to do with Western society. It got to do with the idea of them controlling you. This is why they have kindergarten on that. They wanted this chaos. E pluribus unum, right? We're going to motherfucking make some order out of this chaos and shit. And so this is what the Democrats do. When we talked about the Democrats create a problem that they come and fix and be like, look, we love the people. Look, then you put this shit here. It's like a superhero that don't got no motherfucker, nobody to save. He gonna start being the villain. Right? He gonna start to be the villain. He ain't got nobody to save. Well, what the fuck am I gonna do? Let me knock a building down. Boom. Then I'll come around the other side, start catching niggas. Oh shit. Yay. Because I'm addicted to that feeling of me taking care of people.
So they addicted to the superhero feeling.
Of course.
The euphoria of being like, we saved y'all.
Of course. You know, and like I said, you become slaves of shit. Slaves of fucking convenience, my nigga. Yo, I just was in Cuba from the 15th to the 31st, washing in a bucket.
I felt more at peace than you feel when you...
My nigga, I was fresh, like, in a bucket, like, boom. Soap, get right with your rag, lather up, right? Wet yourself up a little bit, make the lather move around, boom. Scrub, rinse. 2 times in a bucket. And you gotta wait. It's not like, and then it didn't come out the faucet like that. You had to take it out the fucking faucet, put it on the stove, boil it, put it in another bucket. My godmother lived like that every fucking day. And the only reason why I even sell any of these books and all of that shit is to change her fucking condition.
Wow.
You understand? I brought her an air fryer because she went to the doctor and they was like, yo, she can't eat no greasy foods. She was like, oh, I seen something and it's like air fryer. I was like, all right, I went to Walmart and I bought that shit on the plane for her. She was happy as a pig and shit. And I swear on everything I love, I do not exaggerate. I'm gonna give you my godmother, the length of my godmother's quick. Walk in the door.
Thank you.
So, see, come around. There's a door to a bed. Turn around, and there's a bathroom, bro. You fucking sneeze, you'll hit your fucking head in the shower. You heard? And that lady is full of life. Every day she wake up, vamos, Let's go.
And content.
Content. She's like, I could use a bigger house. Like, yeah, that's my dream, but you know, it is what it
that's
is.
not even a wedding,
And understand,
that's not even
I'm
one
staying there with her. Her boyfriend is there, my daughter and myself. And she like, no, my nigga, you sleep on the bed and we gonna sleep on the floor. And they sleeping on a kid's mattress.
What? That don't even sound like a studio apartment.
Nah, that shit ain't a studio, my nigga. I
Wow.
promise you that shit is a broom closet with a bathroom.
He said a broom closet with a bathroom.
Well, that's not funny.
That's a
That's
good one.
crazy.
And so, what I got to beef about here? Huh? What the fuck do I gotta say and complain about? And they ain't got options. See, it's one thing to have some money and go to the store and get all you like. But it's another thing to have some money and get there and they don't got it. And then you go to the next store and they ain't got it. And you're like, yo, is there that shit around? Niggas like, nah, man, that's a couple weeks.
Wow. They
Feel
said,
me?
That's what they said Tupac at in Cuba.
I don't believe it. He's with the CIA, man. All that shit. I ain't gonna say no more on that because the niggas will be trying to fucking assassinate me already. But all these rappers, these niggas, I don't believe in all that cult shit, but I do believe that these niggas work for the motherfucking people. I believe that they're
so you
psyops.
don't believe it's Illuminati that they talk about?
Yeah, but
it's
not to
called that.
Nah, it's really
'Cause I believe it a little bit.
it's something bigger than that. It's a network. You feel me? It's a network.
They talked about how it's it's like a black. I can't think of what it's called, but like some of the most richest.
He
black
talking about
people
Boulay.
Yeah, the Boulay
are
that
part
exists,
of, like
but it's a
Steve
network.
Harvey,
It's
Oprah.
a network, but it's a network, and that's how it works. It's like Fight Club. You seen Fight Club?
Mm-hmm.
The rules of Fight Club: there is no Fight Club, right? But everybody's down with it. Niggas is going to the phone. Hey, niggas just came over here, got a drink. We talking about he gonna get end Fight Club, right? And so, because you got to understand, I don't believe in none of that shit. Beyond, I believe the nigga RZA. I'm not even gonna get into that, but I believe all of them niggas done not with the devil. I think them niggas is playing with the peoples, like them. You know what I mean? And you know, niggas give you the thing. Like, I can't tell you that I wouldn't necessarily. They'd be like, look, we want you to work for it. I'd be like, well, listen, I need $100 grand in the bank right now. You know what I'm saying? A universal fucking license and a passport to go wherever the fuck I want. I'll take some pictures for you.
And
Feel
they
me?
said a universal license. Yo, you gotta
Yeah.
put that up in there.
So
real quick, yo.
what's the next move for Brother Obama, man?
The temple, I just got my crib shit together. I got the little temple going on. You know what I mean? I'm about to get it popping like that. You know, I'm just doing my part. I ain't trying to take over the world. Feel me? I'm just doing my part. As long as I do my part, then another nigga doing his part, then the cogs of the wheels start to turn. Feel me? But everybody, I'm not really interested in what other niggas doing. I am interested in fraudulent shit though. And I got something on one of these niggas, and I'm about to put him on blast. Feel me?
So what do you?
I'm gonna put him on blast.
You ain't gotta say who. You ain't gotta say who.
Talking to you on the thing and make sure you turn the thing off and show me.
No, you ain't gotta say who. But what is they doing?
Nigga pimping these bitches on some fucking. You know,
Is he pimping them in a physical way or just
No, you ain't
as
gotta say no
usual?
more, nigga. I know
As
what you
usual,
talking
taking
about.
money from the community.
Yeah, pulpit.
Yeah, I know what you talking about, nigga. It's only one motherfucker with a whole bunch of bitches, nigga.
No, I don't think this nigga on your radar. I promise you.
Okay, he off the radar. He off my radar.
Yeah, this nigga might be off your radar. This nigga is pulpit.
No, I don't even want you to put him on blast. So while we
And I ain't
recording.
talking about who you think I'm talking about.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay.
This a nigga that said some
He
slick
pimping,
shit to
nigga.
me.
That nigga be pimping.
It's just a nigga that said some slick shit to me that I was like, what? When I G-checked him on his religious credentials, this nigga said some whole other shit to me. I was like, what? Like,
So have you ever?
son, don't make me turn into, you know what I mean, ignorant man again.
So you
punch in the
have you
mouth.
ever had
Like,
to
what you
encounter?
talking about?
Have you ever had to encounter somebody about saying Ashe?
I don't even argue with niggas about it, and I'm not gonna. You feel me? I'm not gonna entertain it though. Niggas not gonna tell me, oh, and then they not gonna sit there and talk that shit with me, and I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna tell a nigga pipe down with the Ashe. It's like, you know, you feel me? But I'm not gonna argue with you about it. Do whatever the fuck you like. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just that my thing is, for those who are intelligent, make those who do necessarily misuse it, make them look unintelligent.
So you know what I wanted to ask you too, bro? Like you said something about an altar. How in your life, man? How important is it to have an altar?
I'll put it like this. This last
You said
year,
an altar?
this last year that I had has been tumultuous because I hadn't had the ability to put up a glass of water. And the moment that I did, karma started cutting cake for niggas. Like that. Like, you know, I've been going through this shit back and forth all my life, you know, because it was a dichotomy because, you know, at 16, my best friend got killed, right? So I'm like, all of this shit y'all niggas doing, this shit, you can't save my guy? Man, fuck this shit. And they understand that my guy, it was prophesized like, yo, don't this nigga don't do this won't happen. And there was things that they were supposed to do to cement that, and they didn't do that shit. Because they was busy being fly and trying to, you know, put on the African cloths and talk that talk instead of taking care of the babies. You feel me? And that's the one thing I came to discover is that baby boomers are fucking selfish. And they don't want to grow up. They're the only fucking generation of motherfuckers that keep trying to act like they still young and that they changed the world. You feel me? And they forgot that them niggas created the crack era because I was born into that shit. So you can't tell me that Black America did this. No, baby boomers as a whole did that shit because they were the ones who wanted to go against the counterculture of America. They the ones that didn't want to have, they wanted it to be free and everybody to do what the fuck they want to do, and here we are.
It was Woodstocked out.
Right. And so now you had a whole, then after that you had the disco era where motherfuckers was getting high and just partying like it was all good because they had been to the moon. And then the crack era came. And then I lost a whole bunch of my homeboys to that shit. Like I be listening to these niggas talking now and I be like, I don't want to hear that shit. If you in your 20s and you still out here getting into some dumb shit, my nigga, you deserve what you got. Cause I buried my homeboys from 14 up. And I'm not talking about niggas that was 14 and was just walking down the street on some Trayvon Martin shit. I'm talking about niggas that was 14 that was put in circumstances that they'll burn you. Feel me? They'll burn you. Because these niggas was fucked up because there was a time, like they talk about the crack, but the crack wasn't the only thing that fucked it up. This nigga Reagan got rid of all of the social motherfucking programs and the motherfucking insane niggas was just walking around. And so insanity became synonymous with gangster, and niggas started acting like anything that you did.
At least back in the day, the crazy nigga at least was an electrician.
Yeah,
he was crazy as hell, but he was the neighborhood electrician because he went to trade school.
These niggas, you understand? So in the 80s, you had these fucking wild motherfuckers just roaming the earth, and then you got a motherfucking generation of parents that just stopped taking care of kids, and then you got these kids in the street. So that my whole generation, I promise you, if I go back to my neighborhood right now, my nigga, I promise you, of the niggas that I grew up with, I could probably find a handful alive. And of that handful alive, the other half of them niggas is fucking crazy. They done lost their mind. Niggas done did too many bids. Them niggas was giving them niggas drugs in the jail. See, because I was in juvie when they was giving us Thorazine. So they ain't talking about that.
Orange and white pills.
Nigga, they was giving it to you in the shot. What you mean? Okay? Nigga restrain you and put that thing in you, bop, nigga be walking around like a zombie. You heard? A zombie. Fuck all that other psychotropic drugs. That Thorazine is the truth. You see the milk and the milk be blue. Like, what the fuck? Oh, son, them niggas is medicating you, boy. You smell me? I'm telling you.
They make it down to Jamesburg.
And you
he
can't
in medical.
see that the milk is blue because you under fucking fluorescent lights.
Then you down Jamesburg. Where you live at? Oh, I live in medical. What you mean you live in medical? You ain't go to Cottage 6.
Nah, nigga in meds, nigga getting that Thorazine. And then they let this nigga back out after he done been doing bids as a teenager. He don't have no social skills. He ain't know how to talk to a girl because from the years from 13, 14, 15, 16, this nigga been in juvie.
Now he going boarding town.
He come home, he catch a good one, they give him 10. He come home, right? And the streets ain't what it used to be. This nigga is a fucking Indian in the fucking cut down rainforest. He don't know what to do.
What to do?
He's walking around like, what happened?
He can do is go back and or do something stupid to go right back, man.
This is what I'm saying. And so they not addressing those issues in my generation, but like those niggas just threw us away. You feel me? And so going through all of that, I necessarily was in contrast to all of the shit that I grew up in. Like, man, fuck that shit. I'm gonna go against the grain. And every time that shit manifests on time. You understand? That I can't tell you that I ain't nothing skeptical about me with this shit. I know this shit is real because I've had too many experiences where it was like, what? You understand? My moms be like, yo, bro, you need to do something, man. I'm like, man, fuck that shit. She'll be like, all right. She'll be like, well, just do this for me. And then I do something, and then I just fucking just barely scathed out of some shit by the skin of my teeth. Right? So that I got homeboys right now that I known for 30-something years. Like, one of my homeboys in a wheelchair, the nigga would tell you, he was having a conversation with one of my godsons, like, yo, my nigga, I'm in this chair from not listening to this nigga. Cause I was like, yo, son, it's going down like this. He was like, nah. And my man is in a wheelchair because of that. You feel me? And so, at certain points, you be like, you don't wanna necessarily take on the responsibility of being aware. Because then that means you got to be on your toes all the time. And so I would be in conflict with that shit until, like I said, it got to a point where, you know, I'm in and out of jail and I'm like, this ain't my life. You feel me? My mama made better for me. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up under some, you know, harsh circumstances because my mom's was stressed out because she had this shit too. And so I'm a better version of her because I'm polished and I'm able to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that shit is over there.